Here at home, hundreds of Alberta public sector workers are staging a protest not far from the annual meeting of Alberta's United Conservative Party. The rally, all in response to a warning from the provincial government. It says that thousands of jobs could be at risk of being cut from the public sector, many of them from Alberta Health Services, and the cuts would include hundreds of frontline nurses. The warning came in a letter to unions from the UCP government. And for the latest, let's go to the CBC's Carolyn Dunn, who's at the party convention in Calgary with more on the potential cuts and the protest.
You know, when you have a gathering like this, more than 1,600 true blue UCP members taking over this entire hotel and some neighboring ones as well, that is going to draw a crowd of frontline public service workers because they are in the middle of tumultuous news of cuts that are coming. We've heard about cuts of hundreds of teachers and thousands of public servants that are to be cut. Now, the UCP government, with obviously support of most of these people who are here at this convention, says that they're doing it for efficiency and they're doing it to try and get the ballooning deficit in line eventually, that this is a first step anyway. Of course, according to the public servants who are being cut and according to their unions, that is simply not true. They say that their jobs are being sacrificed so that the UCP government can institute a ideological corporate tax cut, and that they are being left to pay for it. And I can tell you, they are protesting outside, yes, but this is just the beginning of the tensions that are going to be coming from frontline public sector workers and this government as they not only make financial cuts but also make changes to legislation concerning their pensions and various other labor regulations. And so watch for this story to develop in the coming weeks and months.
Well, we are talking about thousands of jobs, which of course explains, as you say, the protest happening just outside where the UCP are meeting. But also on the docket today is something called the Fair Deal Panel. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, this is basically something that the UCP government introduced in its early days and sort of formalized in the last couple of weeks. They've been talking about how they can basically become Quebec in the West, if you will. They're talking about creating an Alberta pension plan. They're talking about creating a provincial police force and in lieu of the RCMP, forcing municipalities to get provincial permission to get into federal deals, opting out of cost-sharing programs like the proposed federal pharmacare program, all very much independent measures to give Alberta more autonomy over the federal government. And today what's going to happen is a variety of ministers are going to take the stage and talk to the membership about that and hear back from them, hear feedback about what they would like to see instituted from that fair deal panel, and hear back what maybe they might not like from it. But certainly they're getting they will probably get a very receptive group of people here, if not throughout the entire province, for most of those measures.